When I was 17, I got arrested. The story starts with my friend Sergio telling me that he was cleaning out this prison, and I live in Joliet, Illinois, so I kind of thought they were talking about Romeoville, because people go there, they help volunteer, it's a haunted house. A week passes and he picks me up, and I notice that we're driving in the wrong direction, and I say, oh, well, where are we going? We're not going towards Statesville. And he goes, oh, no, we're going to the Joliet prison, the old Joliet prison. I was like, Joliet has a prison? And he's like, yeah, Joliet has a prison. And then I said, is this legal? And he's like, yeah, we've been going for 2 weeks in a row. We've been cleaning it out. Everything's fine. I go, okay, if you say so. We go up the drive to the prison, and when we're there, he notices that there's a little store or something next door, and their garage door's opened, and they load up their truck. And this guy that's in the passenger seat was like, that door's open, should we still go? You know, they might call somebody. And Sergio goes, no, it's fine, we'll be good. We pull up, we enter the prison through their barbed wire fence, because there's a giant, there's a hole in it, we can lift it up and walk through. So we walk through, and I was just looking around because this prison was closed down, I don't know, maybe in the 90s, I'm not sure on its history, but it was closed down some time ago, so everything was like a moment in time that hasn't changed. Everything was the same. It was hauntingly beautiful how abandoned it was, and how rust was destroying everything, and everything was broken. We were there for about an hour looking through stuff. My boyfriend at the time even called me. He's like, hey, we're gonna go see a movie, do you want to go? And I kind of thought about it, and I was like, no, I'm having a good time here, I'm gonna stay. I wish I went with my boyfriend at the time, because I went outside, and I swear out of the corner of my eye, I saw somebody running. And I went, we're not alone. I got really upset. I went inside, and I was like, hey, Sergio, I don't think we're alone. I swear I saw somebody running. It just doesn't feel like we're alone. And he's like, oh, you're just paranoid. Everything's fine. We do this all the time. Don't worry about it. 5 minutes after I mentioned that we're not alone, this SWAT team comes busting in through the doors, and they're all pointing guns at us, and it was like my mind froze. I kept thinking this couldn't happen to me. They were pointing guns at us. They were telling us to get down on the floor, put our hands on our head, and I'm putting my hands on the head and getting down on the floor, and I'm just thinking in my head, this can't be happening. My life's over. What am I gonna do? And I'm just thinking, I was like, well, I'm a minor. They'll let me go. It's the first thing I've ever done. And then I look around and I see the kids that I'm with. I'm like, these are really bad kids that I'm with. I'm not gonna be let go. So this police officer puts these handcuffs on me, and when he puts them on, he puts them on wrong. And as we're walking, I go, sir, can you please just take off the handcuffs and readjust them, please? And then he goes, well, handcuffs weren't made for fun, you know. If they were, then they'd be pink and fuzzy. That was the most unprofessional shit I've ever heard in my life. And I had to wait a month for trial. And that whole month I was a depressed wreck. I was regretting every moment. I was having nightmares about the police officers, about the guns. I was in my dreams I would go back and tell myself not to do it, and I would just be like, oh no, I don't want to go, and I'd change every time I'd have a dream. It would be me changing the way things went down. So I was just a wreck. And then the trial comes, and because they put the paperwork, because the cops were so unprofessional, they put the paperwork wrong. And when we got to the court, the judge looked at the paperwork and went, this is your first offense, and you're a minor, you're not 18. He threw out everybody's case, and he said we were good to go. And then a month later, they call back, and they say, I'm going to juvenile court. I really regret everything that day, but You know, I can't take it back. I mean, I'm just happy that it's on my juvenile record and not my permanent record, because that would really screw up my life over something stupid. I'm still terrified of cops, but, you know, hopefully it'll go away. And there's nothing really I can do about it. It's just the way I was treated. I mean, I'm not a bad kid. It's just, I went this one day, I got in trouble, I didn't even know where we were going, and I'm also really awkward, so I didn't want to say, no, take me home, I don't want to go with you. I was curious, I was very curious, and I did something dumb, and I never did anything wrong in my life except for that, and I got arrested, and it actually went on a record, so. I got arrested for trespassing and doing something because I was curious.